Hi, Carol, professional IKEA hacker. I'm here today to invite you to my show. Tomorrow, an email blast will go out across the city about all the cool and interesting events that are happening that are part of the design week. Mine will be included. It's called You Can Too, and it's a show about IKEA hacking. If you Google me, I had a similar show last year. It was called IKEA Hacking, the Cure for the Common Designer. And during that show, I sort of defined IKEA hacking in terms of three core principles: accessibility, affordability, and community. And sort of based on those three sort of principles, I've created different IKEA hacks, which I think will appeal to different audiences. And it's a global audience. Remember, it's a community. It's a global community. So when I check these things out, I read, and so I want to tailor those designs to that community. So I will have three IKEA hacks on display. The first one I will call a practical hack. So a practical hack means that you only care sort of about the practicality of the product. So you need something done. You need something to function well. You've been to IKEA, you're familiar with their lineup, or maybe you're not, and you're going to go there, browse, see how you can fill it, and it's affordable. You can pick it up, get it home, install it yourself, and it works for you well. That's a practical hack. The second hack that I will have on display, I call those artistic hacks, sort of crafty hacks. So one of the most popular IKEA products are their dressers. So I bought this really kind of cute 3-drawer dresser, Malm dresser from IKEA, and I said, I'm going to make it pretty. My usual work is very sort of geometrical, linear, modern. I love the steel. So this was sort of like almost like a 180 turn from that. So I dressed this up. I made it pretty, cute. I wouldn't usually characterize my work that way, but I think it is. Come see for yourself. On Thursday, I am keeping the place open till 10. On Friday, I close at 7. So the artistic hacks. A lot of people will go to IKEA and source their products and try to sort of reconnect to their craftiness, to their joy of making, working with your hands. Labor is my medium. I work with my hands and I really like that. The third hack that I will show on display, that's sort of what I call the money makers, right? I mean, I have to be selling my product. I have to have an audience for it. So I'm going to launch my William bookcase. A William bookcase is a Billy bookcase hack that's sort of taken out of the traditional IKEA Billy bookcase language, and it's upgraded to kind of a fancy and upscale product. That's why I call it a William bookcase. Come and see it. I will actually include some price tags on it as well, because if you are a do-it-yourselfer, and they're thinking, hey, you know what, I want to maybe replicate what Carol is doing, this will be a good hack for you. I will have prices. I will have lists of things that I've added. You'll be able to review it. I will actually, that hack is very much true to the do-it-yourself spirit. I have access to professional equipment. I can spray things, lacquer them, all those things, but this one is very much made the same way you would build one in your own garage, for example. I paint it all by hand without using the extender, which is a pain. Whew. It was challenging. It was challenging for myself, just because, as a professional, I have to make my time work for me, so I use all these little shortcuts, That's why I buy better tools, quality tools, whatever. Not everybody has access to it, so I think if you see that particular hack, I hope to inspire you to take on a project like that. I also make things like that on a larger scale for people. People hire me to create similar bookcases in their spaces using the IKEA Billy bookcase. I will also, there are other great boxes that come out of IKEA. So I'm going to have a Billy on display, But I will also talk about the bestas and their sections, right? The bestas are the media, and section are their kitchens. Those are great boxes to hack or design with. You can be very creative. The parts list that's available and the price point at IKEA makes it just accessible. You know, get your own creativity on. Learn new skills. Fulfill the dream of being a woodworker. It's surprising how many people tell me, potential clients, people I run into, and they say, oh, we love to be a woodworker. Here's your chance to reconnect to that skill that you always wanted to do. Okay? You can too. Thursday, open till 10 p.m. at night. Friday, I close at 7. Come in, see those hacks. As I said, practical, pretty, and a moneymaker. Okay? And you will chat. The idea is, you know, I want to reach out to students. I want to reach out to students because when I was graduating from school, I had big dreams. My designs were going to change the world. And it really turned out a little differently than I was anticipating, than I was expecting. You know, I think right now my colleagues, my friends, contemporaries are at the IDS. They're showing all over the city, living that dream. You know, it's not as always, you know, the glamour and the glitter of these shows. It's, you know, it's very attractive. But, you know, Design Week is over and you have to get back in the trenches, building things, fabricating things, designing things, being creative. I will talk to you. I want to draw the students in because I'll talk to you about digital marketing tools on a budget. What do I mean by that? For some things that I really care about, I'm number one on Google. And I haven't really paid Google any money to do that. And I did that by sort of carefully tailoring my approach to my marketing, how I present myself online. I'm going to show you how you can use your own humanity to beat the Google algorithm, to beat artificial intelligence. I mean, if you think about this, all those things, artificial intelligence, automation, you know, it's pretending to be human. You know, we're not going to win a war with, you know, with being, when it comes to maybe fabrication, you know, where we get tired, you know, their fingers might be more nimble, that, you know, they can perform these operations over and over and over and over and over and never get tired. Right? So there's so many things that are working sort of against us, but I will show you and tell you what works for us. Our humanity is our greatest asset. Leverage that. Students, when you're thinking, I'm going to go into a creative field, day one is the day you start thinking about your own brand and how you tailor the algorithm around your own brand. Okay? Don't wait till you're graduating. It's late. Okay? You want to get in there, and I'll tell you and I'll show you how to recognize your strengths. Okay? Last night I went to an opening. I bumped into some people that I went to school with 10 years ago, but I also ran into some new individuals and had a chat with them. You know, they said, oh, you know, I'm just starting out. I don't know. What should I do? And I said, okay, you know, and then we started chatting, and I'm going to tell you the same things that I told them. Start early, recognize your strengths, leverage your humanity, the human being inside of you, against the algorithm, reach the top spot without spending any money. I met, his name was Robert, and he said something about, I asked him, how's your marketing budget? He says, non-existent. And you know what I told him? I said, 99% of the people, new businesses, startup, creatives, have a zero marketing budget. I'll show you how universal tools, accessible to everyone, can change that. Okay, we'll talk about trends. You know, IKEA hacking is sort of a social phenomenon too. it speaks to, in my opinion, to sort of the split in accessibility to design. You know, if it's publicly funded, there's funding for it, you can gain access to it. But imagine hiring a professional designer to design you, whether it's your furniture or your space or anything else. It can get expensive. So IKEA hacking is sort of almost like a natural, organic evolution of this. And it's I call it a bit of a maker revolution. And there's a large community that supports that. So students, come, it's going to be exciting. Come check it out. Come talk to me. What else? Friday is a practical Friday. We're not going to talk about any sort of pretty things, design thing. We'll talk about design, but this sort of pretty, whimsical. We're not going to be elaborating. This is going to be straight up talk, how to make it work. Do-it-yourselfers come in on Friday. I'll have a little demo set up for my how I build my bases for my kitchens, because I do have a sort of my unique install system that dramatically improves the install experience. It's easy. It's easy. There's lots of room for error for you to learn your skills and overcome any sort of challenges, and make it look like $1 million. That's my line. I make it look like $1 million. Okay? We'll talk about bestas, how to source, where to source, how to create these interiors with those boxes, how to make them work for you. Okay? We're at a 12-minute mark. I don't want to overwhelm you. I'll overwhelm you on when you come in on Thursday or Friday. Bring a notepad. It's okay if you record. Yeah, I guess that's it. See you at the show, guys. Come in, stop and say hi. We're changing the world. Ciao.